So grateful to be here and very happy to discuss these incredibly important and hard to talk about topics. He has an incredible backbone and staggering moral fiber. Howie is totally committed, completely ethical, totally admirable. No pressure if you can hear this, but honestly, Howie's a hero to me.
John, you joined us before, and it was pretty incredible kind of testimony you gave. And you just devoted your life to advocacy for child trafficking, and even 9/11 truth. Maybe you could explain to us, in the last decade, what do you think the most challenging parts of coming alive on some of these issues have been?
Probably the hardest thing, and it continues, is just realizing that pretty much everything that I was told and taught since I was in grade school is probably not true.
Well, good morning and welcome to the Traffic Report Marathon. Cheers. We made it. Let's see. See somebody. Oh, 2 viewers. Wow, you guys are awesome, man. I'm glad there's somebody else crazy enough to be up this early. Visine is not even helping this morning. I have to try that again. I get some sleep. Woke up about Harry, the blog. I knew it. NSA's up early. NSA never sleeps. What the hell? Well, that's interesting. I don't know where where my chat's going this morning. Oh shit! Maybe I'm gonna see if I'm. No. Oh, there it is. Okay. So, I got up at like 3. Howie and Pam Olson were with me till midnight, and we got a really great little segment there. Pam is awesome, and she's a nurse and a child advocate. She reminds me of a woman named Natalie, who was an ER nurse in our city, Stewart, where I worked in the fire department, and she was just just a badass, really. That's the word I'm searching for. And so yeah, Pam is going to do, and already has done, a lot of people a lot of good. Her organization Save Our Children at SAVOURCHILDRENCA on Twitter. And let me pull up their a little more Visine. Oh man, that left eye. I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe I slept with one eye open. So yeah, I was hoping to oh damn. What now? What is that about? Well, I did. Feels like a corneal abrasion. Hold on. So I gotta give you two eyes. All right. Well, let's check the petition while we're at it. Oh, man. Left eyes. Oh, is that? All right. A little drum roll, please. Yeah, 5502. So there it is. Not sure. Oh, I thought Harry's on another. Summer County stuff. Okay, so I thought Harry was in with us. Maybe not. Yeah, we've come a long way in 48 hours. I believe we started around 5,200, somewhere in that neighborhood. And so about 300 signatures, somewhere in that neighborhood, maybe 250 in a couple of days. So, I know the one day we were on with BP Earthwise, thanks Jesse, we got almost 40 in about 30 minutes. So it's going to be done. And I'm really at this point, and I know there's been malfeasance with the website, and the petition itself disappeared totally off that website. You could get to it via a link. Being infiltrated by a cat. The whole time, but it was about 3 days ago. I think it was the day before I started this. If you just went to the website cold and looked for the petition, it was not there. That's weird. Then I made a couple calls to the White House, emailed, and I think some other people also called. And lo and behold, there it is. And it's there right now. So, and the point is, we're not going to let go of this idea because it's a necessary, great idea the country of Australia can have one, and the United Kingdom can have one. Seems like the problem's worse here than either of those places. So it's time. We've got a president that has issued 2 executive orders, really good ones. And the time to push for this is now. And everything else is secondary. All these political agendas, everything you hear about that's they make important in Congress, and none of it is important. Because if we don't fix this problem, we don't have a country, we don't have a society, and we have no legacy. And the children that haven't already been damaged by this will have no legacy either. So, very important, and we're not giving up. We're not going away. Oh, let's see. I was going to look for something. Yes, save our children. So Pam was really something, and I had communicated with her on Facebook. That's that. Get already liked. So I'm going to do a couple of tweets, let people know that we're here. I see we got 1 viewer. Good morning. Good morning. And thank you for joining us. This is Pam Olson's website. This organization is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. There's she has one in Florida, Missouri, Kentucky. I think there's about 10 states right now, and it just seems to, another one seems to pop up every other day or so. Not every other day, every other month, maybe. So, oh man, I gotta wake up. Gotta wake up. Me up. While I'm waiting, so I don't babble too much, I'm going to put on. There is a rally in Washington for the memory of Senator Nancy Schaefer, who is a martyr for this cause. So we're going to be there. Howie and I will be there. Catherine's is on the West Coast, so it's a little hard for her to be there, but you never know. So I'm going to play for you some Nancy Schaefer while I get a little more coffee and try to get whatever is in my left eye out. Good morning. Good morning. Three guys. Good morning. Hey, Rosie. Hi. Oh, poor Rosie. I feel for you because I get that from time to time myself, and it's miserable. And I did get thinking about been getting up and down about 4 hours last night. I got up at 3:30 and didn't see anybody chatting, and I just started the video over and laid back down. Yeah, my problem is it takes. Yeah, my problem is it takes me a long time to get back to sleep and to get to sleep in the first place. So I think there's some PTSD related type stuff from the fire department days, and being in a deep sleep and then the tone's going off and you're like, ah, So, yeah, I'm gonna show you some of the videos of what I do for a living, what I did for a living. So because we're gonna go out with some upbeat stuff, but let's start. Damn. That's bad, Rosie. That's bad. I mean, I was like that for a long time, and then when I got injured and all the surgeries, it was even worse. I remember being awake for days. It just got wacky. But let me get my duck in a row here and get a little more coffee, and then we'll mess around with some of my old fire department videos that. I made on the job. I was a public information officer, so I used to put together videos to music. Coming on, just coming on. But I will be going out. We'll be the marathon will be ending at 8 o'clock this morning, so that'll be 48 hours. We were live on this channel for 48 hours. I did get some sleep in between, thank God. But so we're gonna do some lighter hearted stuff, as we go out, and we'll probably have some special reports between now and next Wednesday, about how the petition's doing. We've made contact with Jason Goodman and Jesse at BP Earthwise and Trish, so we're going to be keeping an eye on this petition and how it's doing, and just see, just get as many signatures as we can get, and then it's I think the next the most logical thing to do with the next petition is make it a written petition. We could all, anybody that's interested in their state could take this on and go out and get signatures and total them up. And I think we could get 1 million signatures if we all the contacts that we have between Twitter, Facebook, etc. Not just me, but Howie, Catherine, you, Rosie, all the people that are interested in this. If we have a network already, but get out there in our local community, get signatures and, stay in contact. I bet you we could get 1 million signatures to the White House, and Howie and I will hand deliver those bad boys. Trust me. And I think that would make an impact, because I don't trust this website at all. So this has just been a starting place, something we could actually do. People could concentrate and watch, and so I'm really happy that I did this. So let me and that this is probably the last serious and thank you for staying with me, because this this material is dark, and we've been pretty much going through it for almost 48 hours with little breaks here and there. But thank you for walking me through this too. And so this is the last serious video we're going to watch. It's about 12 minutes. It's an American saint. She's a martyr for children, the cause of children in this country. Nancy Schaefer. There's and we're going to talk about that, the upcoming rally in Washington D.C. for in the memory of Nancy Schaefer. So let me get that going here, and man, I'm wow. Let me see. Come on now. that's how you're going to be. All right, we'll go to plan B. Yeah, and if you haven't heard this, you'll know why she was so dangerous to the powers that be, and you'll know why you're doing this after you hear this. So stand by. Thanks, Rosie. So do you.
Well, my name is Nancy Schaefer, and I'm from the state of Georgia in the United States. And thank you for your gracious invitation to join you tonight. And thanks to all of you who have made this incredible World Congress of Families #5 in Amsterdam possible. It's a privilege for me to join you tonight and to be with you in some pro-family policy here. I will share with you on the unlimited power of Child Protective Services. I served in the Georgia State Senate, and after 4 years of viewing the ruthless and unsparing actions of Child Protective Services, also called CPS, which I will use tonight, I wrote a scathing report entitled "The Corrupt Business of Child Protective Services." Thank you. The report cost me my Senate seat. Here's some copies of the report if you'd like to get one. However, there are causes worth losing over, and this is one. I'm going to talk about some of the problems and then some realistic, maybe, solutions for families and children, and maybe look to some steps that we can take. This is not to say that there are not those children in wretched situations who need to be removed. There are, and we all agree. But tonight, I'm talking about those children removed from their homes intentionally for profit. Children are seized unnecessarily from their families due to the federal aid created in 1974 entitled the Adoption and Safe Families Act. It offers financial incentives to the states that increase adoption numbers. To receive the adoption incentives or bonuses, local CPS must have more children. They must have more merchandise to sell. Funding is available when a child is placed in a foster home with strangers or placed in a mental health facility and medicated, usually against the parents' wishes. Parents are victimized by the system that makes a profit for holding children longer and bonuses for not returning children to their parents. This is abuse of power. It is lack of accountability, and it is a growing criminal political phenomenon spreading around the globe. Oftentimes, but not always, poor parents are targeted to lose their children because they do not have the wherewithal to hire an attorney or fight the system. Being poor and lacking proper housing does not mean your children should be removed. CPS has redefined poor to mean psychologically inferior. Therefore, it is in the best interest of the child to be removed. Best interest, of course, has also been redefined at the child's expense. It has been reported over and over that 6 times as many children die in foster care than in the general public. Once a child is legally kidnapped and placed in official safety, the child is far more likely to suffer abuse, including sexual molestation and/or rape. Case workers and social workers are often guilty of fraud. They withhold and destroy evidence, and they seek wrongly to terminate parental rights while being protected by state immunity. There is a huge bureaucracy made up of judges, court-appointed attorneys, guardian ad litems, social workers, state employees, court investigators, therapists, psychologists, psychiatrists, foster parents, adoptive parents, and on, who are looking to the children in state care for their job security. Judges have control over private living arrangements and income of 48.3 million Americans. The United States Census Bureau reported in 2002 that 40 billion in transfer payments were made between households of custody parents and other parents. That money, 40 billion, is under the direction and control of family court judges in environments covered with confidentiality laws that protect the wrong people. Fathers are victims of this unjust system. Child support payments, even without having visits with their children, are choking the very life out of fathers. 3 fathers, of whom I am aware and have been in touch with, committed suicide in the last 12 months because they lost the opportunity to even visit with their children. These are crimes against humanity for financial gain. Rights are removed from parents, human rights, civil rights, and even religious rights. One illustration of what took place in my district is that after so many calls, I decided to call a meeting in one of the counties of my own district. I personally called 37 families that had been in touch with me who had all lost their children, grandchildren. I had them meet me in the library one Saturday morning. We started at 9 o'clock and we ended at 9 o'clock. We had 50 families standing outside the door that could not get in. We didn't have time to talk with them. There was incredible anguish and profound suffering from these families. Some children had been taken off the school bus, taken out of the hospitals, or taken out of their homes in the middle of the night, and even worse. It was just an incredible ordeal. These parents, trapped in the system, become like refugees. They're dazed and glazed and have no one of whom to turn. They do not know what to do, and the loss of their children is devastating. After having worked in this arena for several years, I do not believe that a single child comes out whole after having been in this system. Many foster children make up the homeless population of today. I introduced legislation, Senate Bill 415, in my last session. A substitute bill was written at the last minute by the chairman of the Judicial Committee. All the strong points of my bill had been compromised. I was told, accept it, Senator. At least you will get some legislation passed. And I answered with, obviously, you do not know me. I did not come to the Capitol to get legislation passed. I came to make a difference. What can be done? An independent audit should be called on every state of all Child Protective Services departments. I am in touch with congressmen and state officials, and the door may be possibly opening very slowly. A federal congressional hearing is needed. But let me add, due to the hundreds upon hundreds of cases that I've been called to consider, I placed calls to state senators, representatives in their respective states across the country, asking them to help me with certain families. And I was told, if I help that family, or if I help you, I will lose my job. Remove, abolish the federal and state financial incentives, and those are taxpayer dollars. Those dollars have turned CPS into a business that takes children and separates families for money. Open family court. Remove the confidentiality laws. Give parents their rights verbally and in writing. I even feel that to terminate the rights of parents, the case should be heard before a jury. Family rights and parents' rights must be protected. We do not need more influence like the UN's Convention on the Rights of the Child. It's anti-parent, anti-child, and anti-common sense for the family. There has to be perseverance for any great reform, and great reform is needed in this area. As Charles Spurgeon put it, how do you tame a lion that is well fed? First, he must be brought down. Second, his stomach must be lowered. How do you tame Child Protective Services? It may be only by closing it completely and starting over at the beginning with pro-family values. In closing, let me remind you that there is case law from state appellate and federal district courts and up to the United States Supreme Court, all of which affirm the constitutionality of the rights of parents to actually be parents to their children. There's biblical law too. It goes like this: speak up for those who can't speak for themselves, and for the rights of all who are destitute. Speak up and judge fairly. Defend the rights of the poor and the needy. Thank you.
Wow. So, good morning. Good morning. Yeah, I think incredible woman. Incredible woman. I'm going to be at that rally in DC, and we'll get you more information about it, and we'll go from there. Pretty sure I got a corneal abrasion. Don't know why. Left eye is, man, wow. It's weird. So, we're approximately in our 48th hour. We'll be here in minutes, and we're going to recap what we did. We'll have a few more light-hearted videos that I want to show you, and we'll see where we're going from here. I know one thing: we're going forward. So, there'll be no backpedaling in this issue, not just by us, but everybody that's involved in it. There is no going back, which is good. So let me get out a couple of tweets and see what I can do while you're doing that. Let's see if I can give you something funny to watch. The first one I want to show you is get to it. It's a video we did. There's a guy that worked with us and still working down there. He was probationary firefighter, Dave Harrow, great guy. You know, the probies always get a hard time, you know, not, you know, when they come on, and we want them to, you know, put them through, you know, everything we can to, and it's so they'll, when they're on a fire, that they'll perform and they'll be safe, and that some, you know, some people get hired and the job just isn't for them. So we're pretty hard on them, and this is kind of a video. Dave left the oven on one time on the station, so we called him Dave the Oven for a while. A great guy, great sense of humor, very competent guy. He's a flight medic now with Palm Beach County. Might be an officer on their helicopter. I'm not sure, but I know he's at least a flight medic. So we made this little. Regis and Kelly had a firefighter cook-off, and you had to make a video to get into it, and we made this one, and we got into it. And I think then people had to vote on it. You know, they voted on the video. I think if they voted on the food, because Dave could cook really well, that Dave would have won. But he came in second or third. I'm not sure. But this is a little video that we made to submit to Regis and Kelly, and we actually got on there. So let me show you that one. I got to find it first, and we'll go from there. This is going to be, I got to get a couple of tweets out, so I'm trying to give you something to watch while I do that. All right. Yeah. There it is. Oh, Pebbles. Oh, Pebbles the baby. All right. So this is off my YouTube channel, Fireman John 628. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? What? Oh, I know it's there. Ow, damn. Oh, there he is. It's only 2 minutes long.
Hi, my name is firefighter paramedic Dave Harrow. I work for the city of Stuart in Stuart, Florida. We are the sailfish capital of the world. I've been a firefighter for a little under a year, which makes me a probie. That means I'm basically the bottom of the food chain, and there is nowhere to go but up. For dinner tonight, we're having firehouse penne with grilled chicken and a tomato cream sauce. It's got some great things in it, like fresh basil, fresh garlic, and we even threw in some bacon. The boys all like this one because it tastes great, and if we get that big fire call, it won't weigh us down. Wow.
Harold, is that you?
Yes, sir.
Chief's office.
Dave, we love the work you're doing here. You're an excellent probationary firefighter and paramedic. But if you're going to make probation, you're going to have to start attending more fires. Understood?
Sir, I understand, sir.
Oh, yeah, Dave.
Sir.
What time's dinner?
I'll be done in an hour, sir. So you've seen everything I've gone through to make this meal in this Florida heat for the boys. It's a great meal. It's fresh. It's got some healthy ingredients, and the boys love it. They said that if I win, I just might make probation. So please vote for me.
Yeah, Dave. Dave was a trip. And he didn't really walk across that bridge. Our station wasn't that far away. That was just a little Hollywood magic by yours truly. Put on another one. I was a public information officer also, and got a chance to do some videos for. We were trying to get a third station. We did get a third station, and then the financing ran out for it, so we lost it. But now we're getting another one again. It's been a while, but we were a small department, and we were. When I left there, about 50 men, we started with about 10, and it's going to be over that now, 3-station department. And we were small, but we, and I don't brag, but we were the best fire department in Florida, I would say. I mean, our fire tactics, our ISO rating was a 2 basically, but the city never wanted us to. We never got what we needed, in manning wise, to make that happen. So we were a 3, and we could have been a 1. We could have been a Class 1 fire department. Our protocols in Martin County, as we showed them, Martin County were and still are the best, I think, in the world. We were doing stuff as paramedics that most paramedics just dream about being able to do. So. Shout out to my fellas, City of Stewart, Local 2411. This is a little video I did when we were trying to get Station 3, so I'll show that to you. Oh, where is it? What in the hell? There it is.
Hello, my name is Lori Sunderman, and I'm the fire chief of the City of Stewart.
Chief!
Our fire department is about to embark on an expansion of services in order to meet the needs of our constantly growing community. Starting October 1st, 2009, we will begin providing fire and emergency medical services to all residents that live within the incorporated limits of the City of Stewart. This is an exciting time for our department. Accomplishing the first phase of this mission has involved the hard work and vision of every member of our department, from the newly hired probationary firefighters to the seasoned senior company and staff officers. Our collective vision is to have a fully staffed and permanent fire station located in our Northern District by fall of 2011. We have produced this short video to show you our vision for the future and how we will make the vision a reality.
Phase 1, beginning October 1st, 2009, the City of Stuart Fire Rescue will provide fire and EMS service to all city residents of our Northern District. Engine 3, a newly purchased Pierce Quantum ALS pumper, will respond to all incorporated areas of the city's Northern District, including Harbor Ridge Condos and Marina, the Reserve at Windermere, Pineapple Cove and Pineapple Commons, and the Pines.
Good morning.
This vehicle will be staffed with a lieutenant and a paramedic
Yeah.
and respond
We're
to
live.
fires,
Last hour,
emergency medical calls,
showing some of the
hazardous materials incidents, or any
firefighter
other
videos.
emergencies that
We're going
occur
out with
within its primary response area,
something
the
positive.
Northern
Good.
District.
I want to say good morning.
Good morning.
Be here for your last hour. Great.
I love you.
The city will locate a temporary station in the Northern District.
Actually, I
This
got
station
some
will
right now.
house Engine 3, a paramedic engine that will be staffed during peak call load hours. The fire department has applied for a stimulus grant to assist in the funding of this project. The permanent location for Station 3 is on Baker Road near the proposed Green River Parkway intersection. Locating the station at this location will make it possible to achieve the nationally recognized recommended response time of 6 minutes or less. This temporary station will transition into a permanent, fully staffed and operating fire station. It will be located in and serve our Northern District. It will house Engine and Rescue 3 and be completed by the fall of 2011. Station 3 will house a maximum of 5 firefighters. The station design includes sleeping and living quarters for the firefighters, as well as a community room that will be used for educational events, employee training classes, and also to serve as a substation for the Stuart Police Department. The building will blend with the surrounding community and be built to withstand a Category 5 hurricane. This design and also the station location will allow for an increased fire and police presence before, during, and after a storm. Due to current station locations and staffing levels, response times to the Northern District are extended. In a medical emergency, when the brain is deprived of oxygen, brain death can occur in as little as 4.5 minutes. In a fire, the time from initial fire start to total flashover, a deadly and completely destructive condition, can be as little as 6 to 10 minutes. As of October 1st, 2009, Martin County will not be providing service to the Northern District, other than on a fee-per-call basis. In February, the City Commission voted not to consolidate with Martin County Fire Rescue, and further to provide all city residents with fire and EMS service on an equal basis. These facts have given the City of Stuart Fire Department the mission we've outlined in this film. Our vision is to provide this service in an efficient and affordable manner, ensuring that the residents of our city will have a fire department and quality of service that is second to none.
Wow. Rosie, hello, Kelly. Yeah, that was getting a little emotional for me there. God, I miss that job. I miss the people I worked with, but I keep in very close touch, as you can see. So yeah, we're in hour 48, just like at the station right now. We'd be trying to get some coffee, get our bags together so we could go home. Spent a lot of time with those guys. We had probably one of the roughest years for us was 2004, I believe, when we had 2 hurricanes come right up the Stewart Inlet, Jean and Francis, and we had another storm that hit us from the other side, and then a big low pressure storm. It was just unbelievable. But yeah, the first one, Francis, I think I was on duty for 14 days straight. And then we got a very short break in between. And then I think I was on duty for 10 days for Jean. So, wow. And we just couldn't believe it. I'd been in Florida for, just give me a second here. I'm just in the middle of getting some tweets out. But yeah, I'd been in Florida for, since 72, hurricanes, basically lived from Palm Beaches, up to Stewart, but to have 2 hurricanes come right up the same inlet within a month of each other was just beyond belief. So I'm getting some tweets out here. Howie has been paged. And he works, so he's probably asleep, and I don't blame him. At 8 o'clock, that's where I'll be going. But, yes, I am. Yeah, this is our home. So I'm still tweeting out, and I don't give you a few little things to watch. This is a video that's one of my favorite, one of the first I made, and it's called "This Is What We Do," and it has, you're gonna see right at the beginning, it's a night shot, and it's as close as I came to not being here anymore, because when you're in a flashover, you generally don't survive, and we were very close to one. From what we could tell, we were crawling through this house, and just there was a victim trap, so we were going to get to her one way, and we did, and we got her out, and she did end up passing away just from smoke inhalation, days later. But this was it was on a February night in Florida. It was cold. It was like a 30-mile-an-hour wind blowing off the intercoastal, and they had a huge cedar porch where the fire got started. It got started with a space heater, and by the time we got there, we got there in 5 minutes, those flames were blowing out through the door. I had a probationary firefighter with me, and the way we were staffed, in 2 guys show up on a fire truck. You need 4. The rescue was behind us, but Destin and I, got in there within a minute, and we were crawling through that house, and the bathroom flashed on us, and you can actually see it, and we are. You'll see 2 guys outside that are just kind of throwing water. That's not us. We're inside, and if you look at the video, you can see the hose stream coming through the roof, and we're underneath that. And that was our attempts to stay alive at that point. But I'll never forget that. The heat just knocked us to the ground, and we were able to, our other crew, our rescue crew, got in a window and got her out while we were doing that. So we kind of kept the fire at bay. But it was a 30-mile-an-hour wind that was blowing off the water, and just wow, what that was doing with that fire. So that's the video I'm going to show you, and hope you enjoy it. And I'm still doing some tweets and some housekeeping. So thanks for being here. Let's see. This one's got music to it, and it's a YouTube video. It's under fair use. And, you know, YouTube has approved it for play. So that's what we're playing.
There's another world inside of me that you may never see. There's secrets in this life that I can't hide. Somewhere in this darkness there's a light that I can't find. Or maybe it's too far away. Or maybe I'm just blind. Maybe I'm just blind. So hold me when I'm here, love me when I'm wrong. Hold me when I'm scared, and love me when I'm gone. Everything I am, and everything in me wants to be the one you wanted me to be. I'll never let you down, even if I could. I'd give up everything, if only for your good. So hold me when I'm here, love me when I'm wrong. Hold me when I'm scared, you wanna always be there. So
Right there, right there, right there. That's us.
Love me when I'm gone. Maybe your education makes me not see under my skin. I won't tell you a damn thing that I could not tell my friends. Roaming through this darkness, I'm alive, but I'm alone. And part of me is fighting this, but part of me is gone. So hold me when I'm here, love me when I'm wrong. Hold me when I'm scared, and love me when I'm gone. Everything I am, and everything in me wants to be the one you wanted me to be. I'll never let you down, even if I could. I'd give up everything, if only for your good. So hold me when I'm here, love me when I'm wrong. You can hold me when I'm scared, you wanna always be here. So love me when I'm gone. Maybe I'm just blind. So love me when I'm here, love me when I'm wrong. Hold me when I'm scared, and love me when I'm gone. Everything I am, and everything in me wants to be the one you wanted me to be. I'll never let you down, even if I could. I'd give up everything, if only for your good. So hold me when I'm here, You wanna be here, love me when I'm gone. Love me when I'm gone. Love me when I'm gone. When I'm gone. When I'm gone. When I'm gone.
Boy,
All my friends know the low rider. The low rider is a little higher. Low rider drives a little slower. Low rider is a real goer. Hey. Low rider knows every street, yeah. Low rider is a one to meet, yeah. Low rider
Dutch.
is low gas now. Low rider don't drive too fast.
Doug Crawford,
Take a little trip, take a little
Leroy,
take a little trip and see. Take a little trip, take a little trip, take a little trip with me.
well, I hope you're enjoying these because I sure am. Wow. That's my fellas. Some of them are retired. One of the guys in that it was just in that video is having open heart surgery. May have already had it. Good night, Rosie. We love you. We love you much. So we'll see you soon. Just winding it up, and thank you for all your support. We'll be in touch. So yeah, one of the guys in that video is having he might have had open heart surgery already, and thoughts and prayers go out to him and his family. Great guy. Of course, I won't mention his name. Oh, duh. I don't know why I did that. Go out to him. I just wanted some feedback, I guess. So we're just winding out the last hour on shift. And might show a few videos. We might just sit here. No, I'm not going to sit here. That's how I'm going out. That was the best part of my life, and I'm sharing it with you. And it's it always will be, and I'll always be a part of it. That brotherhood, never goes away. City of Stewart, Martin County, Palm Beach County, all the fire departments in that area. Know people with all of them. St. Lucie County. We got to meet some great guys from FDNY during 9/11, and still know a few of them. Rudy Dent being one I haven't talked to in a while. And Eric Lawyer, he's from Seattle, but has done some amazing work, with 9/11 Truth. So shout out to all those guys, and a shout out to everybody that's helped with this. We just sent out some tweets and Facebook posts to thank. And Tim Hotham was fantastic. And after I get some sleep and get rid of this corneal abrasion, I think that I gave myself somehow. It's me asleep with one eye open, apparently. Hello. Well, yeah, what the hell? I'll have a little bit more. For the last half hour, I can't damage myself too bad. Yeah, I think I got a corneal abrasion.
What?
I don't know. Not a clue. Not a clue. So, yeah, thank you for everybody. Tim included did a wonderful interview with us. That's going to be edited just for that portion, because these shows have they're very long, and I'm not sure that I'm going to go through and edit them down. So if anybody wants to look at them, you won't have to go through 5 hours of material. We fortunately got to show an open secret a few times. We got to show some of their material. We got to show Melissa, the honeybee, some of her material, which is exceptional. And follow all those people, please. You'll just look down on our channel. You'll see what we view and what we're trying to, and we will, and we have put all this information on the channel, so it'll be right there for you, and you'll be able to see. You can find all these people on our. We subscribe to them, and we'll be subscribing to more people. We're just basically just got this up, for about a week. So it's been a lot of fun so far. Coming on here with Howie and Catherine, and we'll be doing that at least once a week for a couple hours on Wednesday night at 9 p.m. That's the Traffic Report Show. And we've been doing that for a year now. Now we can we're much more flexible. We can do special reports. We can do remotes. I've done a few from the yard. So this is a great platform. And man, let me see. Let me show you. This one goes out to my partner Dutch, who's actually still on the job. Dutch Bloom. Well, best part. I've had a lot of really good partners. Rick Sosa, Dutch, Ben Laird, Gary Hollett. A partner at the fire department is if you get a good one, you're really blessed. And Dutch was my probably last and longest partner. We were on Quint 1 together when I wasn't acting battalion chief, which was quite often. So I got to do that. It was the whole experience. Like I said, you wouldn't be seeing me here. If, you know, I hadn't got injured. So, but, so let's, I'll show you another one. This is, it's called, it's, I can't remember what the title is, but it's got some pretty good music in it. And if you, the harmonic in the music goes with the song, which is Blackfoot, and with the federal Q on that truck, and that it. And whenever I can be here in our locale and hear a federal Q, that's that big siren that we had on the ladder truck and, you know, our other fire truck. But when I hear that, the hairs on the will always, you know, if I'm in a coffin, you know, the hairs on the back of my neck will stand up. So let me play that one for you. Yeah, we're going out with just a few videos. We're recapping. I'm just something lighthearted, just sharing with you, you know, what was and is still part of my life, which is the fire department. So let's see. It's a good one. I love this one. Running calls in November.
Copy equipment from board.
Take me on out of this.
Sorry about that. I'm half asleep. You couldn't see it. You just saw my dumb ass looking. Try that again. Yeah, I know. I realize that.
Copy equipment from board.
Take me on out of this.
Yeah. Oh man. Oh no, 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 no. Okay. So I don't know, Mr. Cruz. What's Mr. Cruz doing this morning? I don't know. I haven't been keeping track of Mr. Cruz. There's other people keeping track of his dance now. So, not sure. So we're rocking on out of here. I got about 24 minutes. Yeah. I have to put the hair back down on the back of my neck. That federal cue and that harmonica and that song just blow me up every time. So we've got our tweets out. Everybody's sleeping this morning. Nobody's gets up this early except the NSA. Harry's up. Harry Brogan's up. I know. we got the Gooch is here. So Rosie just went to bed. She was up all night. God bless her, man. She's something else. So, all right, Howie. Yeah, I'm getting a feeling when I'm not going to see you. I can't see the video. Yeah, no, baby. So, man, he worked, so I'm gonna cut him some slack. We're not gonna see Howie this morning. I would bet. So, Catherine, man, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, so we're not gonna see Catherine at all. But just a shout out to all those people. We'll continue to do that. Pam was so nice to finally talk with her. We Facebooked and Twittered. Bless you. It's allergy season here in Southwest Virginia. Reminds me, I'm going to take my Claritin. And so this was great. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it's got our platform, rolling. And thank you to everyone that helped with that. Jason Goodman, Joe Napoli, Casey Whalen, Patricia Negron, Albert Bashai, Jesse, forgive me, I don't know his last name, with BP Earthwise, Dr. Steven, a lot of people, and our followers that were in here, most of the time. I don't think I was here, 3 in the morning the first day, I think. There was nobody watching, and that's when I put on the Mina Connection and got a couple of hours of shut-eye, but I did it. We were around for 48 hours. There was couple of times where I was like, I don't know if I can do this, but if I make it another 21 minutes, we'll have done that. And the bottom line is, this is just the beginning. It's just the beginning for this show and this platform, and it's just the beginning for the idea of having a presidential commission on child sexual abuse. So this is not the end. It's the beginning. So that's why I'm going out with some uplifting stuff. And for me, that's what we did at the fire department, the music, and there's some more uplifting stuff on the horizon. So first thing is going to be getting rid of this corneal abrasion, I think, that I gave myself, and I have no idea how I did that. So I'm going to edit this later, so I'm going to play another video just to keep me awake for another 21 minutes. Try to do it the right way this time. Rosie, yeah, Rosie's over on Facebook. All right, let me see which one I want to play. And this one is dedicated to my wonderful wife and my fat Bob, without whom I would never met her. So this is dedicated to Kelly Suzanne Farrell Taylor Nelson, who I can't do. I wouldn't be doing any of this without. And God, I don't even know I can't even imagine what life would be like. So, baby, this one's for you.
Can you see
And Joey.
me? Can you?
And we're rocking out of here. we came in quietly, but we're gonna go out with a bang. And welcome to both of our viewers. And yeah, that one was dedicated to my wild Irish rose. Oh, okay. we got a request. We got a request, and that's coming up. Motorcycle, which I still ride. I wouldn't have met this beautiful woman without it, I don't believe. And yep, I know the one. So this is another one of those videos with the motorcycle, and it's dedicated to my wonderful and beautiful, charming, talented, and dare I say, sexy wife. So this one's for you, baby. Yeah, sure. Bing. This and fasten your that was a seatbelt sign. So fasten your seatbelts. Let's see. Music by War. Black Harley Chopper. riding on out of here. That one's for my wild Irish Rose, who I would be unable to do any of this without. Wow. So that's it. Thank you, everybody that attended. I'm going to take this out with Nancy Schaefer, the words of Nancy Schaefer, and a martyr for child trafficking. Thank you for joining us. Thanks everybody that helped. This is just the beginning. We're just getting started. So we made it. 48 hours marathon. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. And listen to Nancy Schaefer. She's an American saint, a martyr for children in the cause of child trafficking. And what better way to end this marathon with her words. We're going to be at a memorial service for her in Washington, D.C. in May. Another great opportunity to end child trafficking for good. And so we'll, on that note, I'll get Nancy up and running here, and we'll be signing off. For now, we'll be back on Wednesday for sure. I'll probably have some sort of follow-up on the petition before then. And God bless. Let's see here. All right, Nancy Schaefer.
Well, my name is Nancy Schaefer, and I'm from the state of Georgia in the United States. And thank you for your gracious invitation to join you tonight. And thanks to all of you who have made this incredible World Congress of Families #5 in Amsterdam possible. It's a privilege for me to join you tonight and to be with you in some pro-family policy here. I will share with you on the unlimited power of Child Protective Services. I served in the Georgia State Senate, and after 4 years of viewing the ruthless and unsparing actions of Child Protective Services, also called CPS, which I will use tonight, I wrote a scathing report entitled "The Corrupt Business of Child Protective Services." Thank you. The report cost me my Senate seat. Here's some copies of the report if you'd like to get one. However, there are causes worth losing over, and this is one. I'm going to talk about some of the problems and then some realistic, maybe, solutions for families and children, and maybe look to some steps that we can take. This is not to say that there are not those children in wretched situations who need to be removed. There are, and we all agree. But tonight, I'm talking about those children removed from their homes intentionally for profit. Children are seized unnecessarily from their families due to the federal aid created in 1974 entitled the Adoption and Safe Families Act. It offers financial incentives to the states that increase adoption numbers. To receive the adoption incentives or bonuses, local CPS must have more children. They must have more merchandise to sell. Funding is available when a child is placed in a foster home with strangers or placed in a mental health facility and medicated, usually against the parents' wishes. Parents are victimized by the system that makes a profit for holding children longer and bonuses for not returning children to their parents. This is abuse of power. It is lack of accountability. And it is a growing criminal political phenomenon spreading around the globe. Oftentimes, but not always, poor parents are targeted to lose their children because they do not have the wherewithal to hire an attorney or fight the system. Being poor and lacking proper housing does not mean your children should be removed. CPS has redefined poor to mean psychologically inferior. Therefore, it is in the best interest of the child to be removed. Best interest, of course, has also been redefined at the child's expense. It has been reported over and over that 6 times as many children die in foster care than in the general public. Once a child is legally kidnapped and placed in official safety, the child is far more likely to suffer abuse, including sexual molestation and or rape. Case workers and social workers are often guilty of fraud. They withhold and destroy evidence, and they seek wrongly to terminate parental rights while being protected by state immunity. There is a huge bureaucracy made up of judges, court-appointed attorneys, guardian ad litems, social workers, state employees, court investigators, therapists, psychologists, psychiatrists, foster parents, adoptive parents, and on, who are looking to the children in state care for their job security. Judges have control over private living arrangements and income of 48.3 million Americans. The United States Census Bureau reported in 2002 that 40 billion in transfer payments were made between households of custody parents and other parents. That money, 40 billion, is under the direction and control of family court judges in environments covered with confidentiality laws that protect the wrong people. Fathers are victims of this unjust system. Child support payments, even without having visits with their children, are choking the very life out of fathers. 3 fathers, of whom I am aware and have been in touch with, committed suicide in the last 12 months because they lost the opportunity to even visit with their children. These are crimes against humanity for financial gain. Rights are removed from parents, human rights, civil rights, and even religious rights. One illustration of what took place in my district is that after so many calls, I decided to call a meeting in one of the counties of my own district. I personally called 37 families that had been in touch with me who had all lost their children, grandchildren. I had them meet me in the library one Saturday morning. We started at 9 o'clock and we ended at 9 o'clock. We had 50 families standing outside the door that could not get in. We didn't have time to talk with them. There was incredible anguish and profound suffering from these families. Some children had been taken off the school bus, taken out of the hospitals, or taken out of their homes in the middle of the night, and even worse. It was just an incredible ordeal. These parents, trapped in the system, become like refugees. They're dazed and glazed and have no one of whom to turn. They do not know what to do, and the loss of their children is devastating. After having worked in this arena for several years, I do not believe that a single child comes out whole after having been in this system. Many foster children make up the homeless population of today. I introduced legislation, Senate Bill 415, in my last session. A substitute bill was written at the last minute by the chairman of the Judicial Committee. All the strong points of my bill had been compromised. I was told, accept it, Senator. At least you will get some legislation passed. And I answered with, obviously, you do not know me. I did not come to the Capitol to get legislation passed. I came to make a difference. What can be done? An independent audit should be called on every state of all Child Protective Services departments. I am in touch with congressmen and state officials, and the door may be possibly opening very slowly. A federal congressional hearing is needed. But let me add, due to the hundreds upon hundreds of cases that I've been called to consider, I placed calls to state senators, representatives in their respective states across the country, asking them to help me with certain families. And I was told, if I help that family, or if I help you, I will lose my job. Remove, abolish the federal and state financial incentives, and those are taxpayer dollars. Those dollars have turned CPS into a business that takes children and separates families for money. Open family court. Remove the confidentiality laws. Give parents their rights verbally and in writing. I even feel that to terminate the rights of parents, the case should be heard before a jury. Family rights and parents' rights must be protected. We do not need more influence like the UN's Convention on the Rights of the Child. It's anti-parent, anti-child, and anti-common sense for the family. There has to be perseverance for any great reform, and great reform is needed in this area. As Charles Spurgeon put it, how do you tame a lion that is well fed? First, he must be brought down. Second, his stomach must be lowered. How do you tame Child Protective Services? It may be only by closing it completely and starting over at the beginning with pro-family values. In closing, let me remind you that there is case law from state appellate and federal district courts and up to the United States Supreme Court, all of which affirm the constitutionality of the rights of parents to actually be parents to their children. There's biblical law too. It goes like this: speak up for those who can't speak for themselves, and for the rights of all who are destitute. Speak up and judge fairly. Defend the rights of the poor and the needy. Thank you.
All right. And thank you. Senator Schaefer is just the least we can say for this woman. We're going to have a celebration of her life in Washington, D.C. in May. And I'll be there. Howie will be there. And we hope you'll be there. And thank you again. The marathon is now, we made it 48 hours and 5 minutes. So thank you, everybody. Bye for now. I'll be signing off. And God bless. Maris is in the chat room. And Godspeed to you as well. And Jesse and people at BP, Earthwise, and everybody involved. So bye for now, family. We'll see you soon.